Hey guys, it's Manny% here, and I am back with a fun little video. So my mother-in-law, who likes to shop a lot, bought me some really nice brushes. They're types of brushes I've never used before, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of try them out. The brushes are Blend Party, and it comes with all the different types of little blendy brushes. And people claim these are really good and they're really streak-free and they help. And so I thought I wanted to try them because my mother-in-law bought them for me and they're supposed to do everything. There's even a little instruction book on what you use what brush with. So what we're going to do is we're going to use almost every brush if possible for different parts of the look. So hopefully this goes through. And the best way we're going to go about doing it is I'm going to live out my dreams of becoming a yandere girl. I'm doing a makeup for TikTok, just for fun, where I'm going to be a yandere character. And if I really like the way she looks, she's probably going to become a character that I use more often. But yeah, so join me on this little journey. First things first is most of the stuff I'm probably going to be using is going to be Fenty. I just use Fenty a lot. I'm going to start with the priming of the face and all that jazz. So what I'm assuming is I can do my makeup routine probably the same way I usually do it, but using these blendy brushes. So let's start with foundation. Foundation says foundation and powder 5, 6, and 7. So 5, 6, and 7. So let's do 5 because it's not massive. No, let's do 5. 5 because it's not too big. And so what I normally do is I shake up my foundation, obviously, and just slide this on. Since I'm bald now, it's really hard to tell where my hairline starts sometimes. So I'm assuming I just kind of gotta. I don't really see much of an improvement or different, other than this is really soft and it feels very nice. I rubbed my face too hard and my contact slid a little too far. I've got my foundation pretty much on, but like I said, it doesn't really feel like it's blended any better unless I'm supposed to like circular motions, but doing circular motions isn't really like doing anything in particular. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, I don't know. It's covered in foundation. My foundation is on. Doesn't feel much different from usual, but just softer. I'm gonna put that here so I don't get it mixed up with my other stuff. Next, I normally do contouring kind of stuff. The booklet says for contour, which I normally already have in like these kind of things, but maybe I'll stick it onto the brush to see if it, well, I'll put it on my face and I'll rub it out with the brushes. 2 or 3, 8, 9, or 10. So basically any brush I feel like. That's what that says to me. Other than the massive brushes, because that makes sense. So we're gonna go with 10 because it's like a tiny little thing. Maybe I should be showing you guys what the brushes look like. But here we go. Here's what I think 5 looked like. Alright, so we're going to put the contour on the face and then we're going to rub it out with the brush, which is how I normally do it. Alright, so that's what we got. I don't think my eyes have been blended properly, so I'm going to go back over it a little bit more. I don't think they have an eyebrow brush, and I'm probably not going to use it if they do. Oh, they do! 2, 3, 8, 9. That's 9. I guess we could go with a 2. I did say I was going to use every product for this. I'm going to dip this in the brow stuff, and I'm going to see if I can kind of... Oh. Jesus. I guess it's not terrible, right? Hopefully. My brow looks super deep. I don't don't know how to feel about this. You know, we're probably not supposed to use this to shape my nose. I was supposed to just fill in after. But you guys need anything to help that simulate, I'm gonna just use it. This is terrible, but definitely. I'm definitely looking at today. Oh, that just ruined it. Okay, well, whoops. I guess I'll be honest, situation, I'm feeling like that's okay. I'm gonna fix this. If I can. Can you tell I'm really good at makeup? Anyway, moving on. After brows, I will do, after that, I do my eyeshadow. So, comes the eyeshadow. Where's the book? Okay. The book says, for eyeshadow, we use 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. I was like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is way too big for that. Let's use it. 8 and 1. And what I'm gonna do with that is sometimes I like to put a little bit of primer. So I'm going to see if I can clean off one of the other brushes, which my eyebrow brush, which is, I probably need to wash it so I can put this stuff on. But I already got some in places that I don't want them. I think my only issue with these is they're kind of big. Like, no matter what the size is, they're kind of massive. And when I use brushes, I like to use the smallest possible, so that way I can really get into creases and stuff. That's me putting on the primer. And this, putting on primer like this tends to help for the makeup to pop. I'm using the NYX primer. I got this on Amazon for like $5. It's really not that expensive, in case you're looking for something like primer wise, because the first time I'm doing a video where I'm like really trying to explain what I'm doing. Well, the first side turned out okay, and then I had to switch hands, or at least switch sides, and it's not as good. I need to get some more of this stuff soon. It's running low. It's probably the best I can do with this primer. Hopefully it doesn't bite me. But let's start with, I'm using a Fenty eyeshadow, putting it in the middle so it's easier for me to blend it in with everything else. It's okay, it's really not working super well though. I'm going to do a little white for the inner crease. Finish with this stuff, because it is nearly impossible to get into the creases of everything. And this is like one of the smallest brushes they have, and it's supposed to like I can imagine this stuff for foundation, but I can't really imagine it for everything else, you know? And it does not really a soft brush, like, you know, to really blend it in, unless I use the 10, I guess. But these are like way too big to really get into the like nice areas to blend. And it feels like it's, for someone with smaller eyelids, I tend to like kind of centralize certain areas, but I have to use it like way bigger. Like, the makeup looks okay and could possibly be salvaged if I like put the eyelashes on and stuff, and I just have to like kind of look at it like a larger shadow look. But it definitely splotched it up, and it doesn't look the best. I don't think there's an eyeliner for this, so I'm just going to use my eyeliner. I'm not going to worry about using theirs because it's already kind of messed up my eyeshadow. I'm not going to put one of these massive brushes towards my eye. You can tell it's clumpy, and it's not super smooth on the eyes. Over here it's super clumpy, and it's fall like I can move the eyeshadow around, and that's because the primer couldn't set properly because of the fact that it really just kind of clumped the primer. Then having this big brush kind of put the pink in wasn't really working. But I guess if I'm going to be a yandere, it gives me a crazy look, so there's that. Alright. I really don't think it has... Ooh, it does have an eyeliner thing. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I have a regular brush for my eyeliner, and I'm just going to use that because I don't think any of these brushes, with what they've already done, is going to work with eyeliner, let's be honest. I like a thin line, I don't like a thick line, so I'm going to do my eyeliner, and then I'll come right back into this. So while I was away, I put on my eyelashes, and I did my eyeliner. There's nothing for lashes, and if there are, like, I didn't even check. If there are, I wouldn't use it. Yeah, there's nothing for eyelashes, obviously. Like, what are you gonna do? Anyway, the only reason this makeup is working so far is because I need to look like a crazy person. Outside of that, not really something I would probably use again. But we're not done. I have to put on blush. So what I like to do is do my blush first because it's under, then do my highlight on top of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out what we can use your 4, 5, or 7. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's use 7. There's 7. I know I haven't really been showing you the brushes this whole time, so I'm sorry. I don't really like using this blush in particular, but I'm gonna use it as experimentation purposes. It's the Too Faced peachy, kind of the Peach My Cheeks Peach Berry. It's not the best blush, but since I'm going to be able to swirl this around and put it on my face, that's why I'm using it. So let's see. And I want a darker color, and I don't have a darker blush just yet. And this blush doesn't really come off very easily. I thought maybe it'll work, seeing as I'll be using a brush. I think it looks okay. I think that I still don't really like this blush a lot, but I think that with blush-wise and foundation-wise, this kit works super well. But if you were to use it for eyeshadow or anything like that, Alright, so that's good. My cheeks are all blushed up, and now highlight. Highlighter, you can basically use any one you so please. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the 4, this size. We're gonna use a 4 and take my Fenty highlight. What is this one? The Kilowatt Foil. And it's got all these nice little colors. I'm probably going to take, what is it? Scandalize? Do I do Scandalize or do I do Honey Slope? Let's do Honey Slope, actually. And you're supposed to just dip it in the highlight. It should be like whoosh, whoosh. Even with highlight, this isn't really helpful because it's not really soft enough to kind of let it swish. Like maybe for the nose because it's a straight line. But like for your cheeks, like for your forehead and your cheeks, you can't really have just a straight product and then try to move it around. It's got to kind of go with it. This is my first time using this highlight. I actually really like this highlighter. I haven't used all the highlights in this palette yet, but Fenty has got my money, period. No matter what I do, I always come back to Fenty. It just works. So, you know. Alright, there's that highlight. I might have put too much on my chin, but who says there's too much highlight? Okay, so there's that. And then with that, the last thing would be lips. I don't trust that. I'm probably just going to use one of my lip glosses because I really don't trust using one of their brushes for my lips either. The Smashbox setting spray that I've been using for a while, which is actually pretty nice. Yeah, we good. And that's about all of that. So I'm gonna get dressed and then we're gonna talk about the result of everything. Alright, so this is the finished kind of look. Like I said before, the only reason it really seems to work is because I'm doing a crazy person. So the eyeshadow is kind of off. I don't think it's terrible. I do think the brushes don't do anything better than the normal brushes I have. I don't think there's really any improvement or anything like that. I ended up using most of the brushes out of the kit. I have 3 left that I didn't use. And these were okay, but honestly when it came to the eyeshadow it was super cumbersome. So like it was okay to use. It was soft. This is honestly the brushes I could see used more for skincare, like making it look super like it being super soft and being able to put all the skincare stuff on with these brushes seem a lot more probable than makeup, because these small brushes aren't doing anything good for eyeshadow or stuff like that. And eyeliner, I don't think so. But yeah, so this is, I guess, the final look of this, I got some TikToks to make, but overall I guess this product to me is like a 6 out of 10, and that's being generous because there were some parts of it that I was really frustrated with, but other than that, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, if you like me, subscribe. There's a bell notification, all that jazz. But yeah, if you want to see some of the videos that are going to come from this look, go ahead and follow me on TikTok, or go join me over there on TikTok, and I will see you guys later. Bye!